6 over 1, and then that is just 6 times 2, and when you get your stuff here, you have like 6 over 1. I'm putting the 6 over 1 because I know you would have been taught that when we're doing our cancelling, it's numerator with a denominator, okay? That is how the cancelling takes place. So we have 2 into 2 goes once, and 2 into 6 would give us 3 times. 2 into 3 once, and to that would be 2. Then you just multiply here. So we're just looking at our cancellings first, okay? Now, so out of this, what would we be getting? 3 times m would give us 3m. And then it is plus, so don't say anything is difficult. Just take your time, look, do your cancelling. Don't try to do everything in one line because that's where you're going to get in trouble. Okay, you're just cancelling in the line before. Now we're collecting the terms and seeing what we have. 3 times m would give you 3m, and it is plus 2 times m would give us 2m, because 1 times anything is just the thing itself. And then it is plus 6 times 3 would give you 18, and then we're writing greater than or equal to 6 times 2 would give you 12, and it is plus 1 times m would just be m. So that is where we are. So from out of this equation, we, after our cancelling and getting rid of our denominator, we are on to our 3m plus 2m plus 18 is greater than or equal to 12 plus m. And then we're back into the road and into the paradise that we know, that we're collecting like terms, all right? All the m's are coming over to this side, so we have, this would now be, so from 3m plus 2m plus 18 greater than or equal to 12 plus m, we can get 3m plus 2m. This m comes over to this side. It's crossing an inequality sign, so it comes over as a negative m. And then we can write greater than or equal to. The 12 is not moving, so we write it back. The 18 is crossing the inequality sign, so it comes over as negative 18 because it was positive on the side before, on the other side before. We collect our like terms, and we're going to see we have 5m minus m is greater than or equal to 12 minus 18. Which number is bigger? And it is the 18 by how many? And it would be 6. So we have a negative 6. All right. And then we are going to get that 5m minus m would be 4m, and that is greater than or equal to negative 6. We don't want 4m, we want 1m, so we're dividing both sides by 4. m over 4 would be greater than or equal to negative 6 upon 4. The 4's disappear, and we have m then is greater than or equal to negative 6 upon 4. And you can write m would be greater than or equal to negative 3 upon 2. Students lose mark because at this juncture, so be careful, at this juncture, students like to say m is greater than or equal to negative 6 upon 4 and then introduce, let me write it out here to show. M is greater than or equal to negative 6 upon 4, and they write equal to 3 upon 2. If you do that, it is wrong. You have changed the inequality to an equal sign, and you weren't doing an equation, okay? So please avoid this mistake. You can't afford to throw away your half marks or your 1 mark. It is chipping away at your A and at your 1, okay? So please do not introduce any equal sign into an inequality sum. All right? So this week, you're really thrown full blast into what it is to work algebraic problems. And it wasn't so difficult. It wasn't so difficult at all. You were asked to get back to your definitions and to see that you understand what has been said, okay? Every time we do our mathematics, you get your vocabulary, you make the language a part of you. Once you do that, you will not be in any trouble. When we see our symbols, don't say, oh, it's the symbols I didn't understand. No, you can do them. Next time, we will be on the CXC examination papers, and you are going to see there was nothing different to what I took from a textbook or from what you will be being taught in class. But it is just up to us to make certain that the preparation has to be done. Understanding must be acquired. If you don't understand what is being taught, remember to ask. Right now in the Ministry of Education, we have identified people that we are calling volunteers who will be ready to assist you. They are living in your community, so that just now I will be giving you the names that even if you're calling, because I know you do call and Miss Weston is not available, then I can tell you somebody else who will be willing to answer that question. Right off the bat, I can tell you somebody like Elizabeth Thompson will be willing to answer a question. This guy behind the camera here in the broadcasting unit, Jetta Charles, will be willing to answer a question. If he can't answer the question, he will find Miss Weston. So do not be any isolated human beings in Antigua, Barbuda and saying we can't get somebody. For my Barbudan friends, Mr. Francis from our family dentistry has made it possible for me to visit Barbuda more often than I would wish to, because he wants to know that his fellow countrymen and members of the soil, because he's a Barbudan, are also ably prepared for that exam. So we want to thank Mr. Max Francis and his association for coming forward and sponsoring my trips to Barbuda to make certain that the students are not disenfranchised. So until next time, do continue to watch Mastering Mathematics, because we are on a serious journey and on a mission to conquer mathematics. Bye.
Join us next time for another in the series, Mastering Mathematics, a production of the Education Broadcasting Unit in the Ministry of Education and the ABS TV.